is this when you, oh, there
Yes,
we
I'm
go.
starting. We're going. We're on.
Okay. Oh, I have to hit the continue. I see. Okay. All right. Well, welcome everyone. As I mentioned earlier, if you were here at the very beginning, our intention today is going to be about gratitude. And that last practice that we did, if you participated, of loving kindness combined with self-compassion that I've talked about before, and gratitude, are all beneficial to increasing resilience. And all the stuff that's going on in the world right now, between the fires and the air quality and political, and it just goes on and on. It is very beneficial for us all, not just cardiovascular wise, but mentally, to have more resilience. And so that's one of the reasons that I chose this intention today. We've got all kinds of adversity and trauma, and just know that your mindfulness practices, particularly if you do them regularly, granted, I have done them for 15, 20 years now, and so it's a little stronger than it was. But I tell you, without them, I would not be here as bright as I am right now, because I wake up in the middle of the night with my mind going on and on about what's going on. And my personal practice of following my breath, being in my room, listening to my fan blowing, has helped me to, wake up again, maybe in a couple of hours, or, Lord willing, wake up the following morning. So know that your mindfulness practice, with more and more practice, will definitely be beneficial in that respect. And two, I also like to mention that all of the mindfulness practices that I present are evidence-based. Evidence-based practice. Gratitude practices help rewire our brains to be more positive and resilient. And Dr. Rick Hansen, who I've mentioned numerous times, he personally has done numerous neuro studies, connects gratitude being a positive emotion in his book Hardwiring Happiness. So if you want to read more about his research, you can certainly look at that. And he says any positive emotion is an opportunity to enjoy living and feel satisfied here and now. Positive emotions also have many physical health benefits, including boosting your immune system. We need that right now. Protecting your cardiovascular system, what this program is all about, and increasing the odds of a long life. And I don't know about the rest of you, but personally, I would like to have a long life if I'm healthy. And so that's why we're choosing gratitude today. Linda sent out in the email a handout, and what it's all about is this. It has a gratitude journal, and this, as you'll see on the bottom here, I'm giving credit. I got this from the Greater Good in Berkeley. I highly recommend their website. There are many articles on that Greater Good Science Center at UC Berkeley regarding gratitude. And there's one actually from UC Davis's own Dr. Robert Emmons. It's called Gratitude Works. And it's a 21-day program for creating emotional prosperity. If you don't want to do something quite that long, again, this is just maybe a little journal that you can do. The steps are on the handout. If that's too much for you, just list 10 good things, or 3 or 5, and then if I always like to finish up with some type of long-term thought, and that is, if anything were possible, what would you really love to? So again, just different ways of thinking about gratitude. I always like to start with a little bit of a relaxation at the beginning, and our beginning relaxation today is going to be a little bit different. It's from Sharon Salzberg's book, Real Happiness. And the cool thing about this book, if you decide to get it, and I'm not trying to sell books, but it has a CD that has several different meditation practices. If you like guided meditation, it's hard for you to meditate on your own. This book comes with that CD, which is kind of cool. But our brief relaxation today is just kind of take a couple of moments now to settle in wherever you are. You can lie down for this if you choose, or just stay seated. Start to feel the air on your skin. Start to observe your breath. And this is a body scan. And as I mentioned, all the practices that I talk about are evidence-based, and there's a lot of evidence about the body scan. If you were doing this on your own, you could certainly do this at a later time in any direction possible. We're going to go from the top of the body down to the toes, but you could certainly start at the toes and work up, or start at your fingers and work in. However you choose, you can go through a body scan. So just start relaxing, allowing yourself to feel supported wherever you are. Start to bring your attention to your back. And if you feel a spot that's tense or resisting that relaxation, take a big, deep breath into it. If during your body scan you detect a sensation that's pleasant, you may feel an urge to hang on to it. If so, relax, open up, and see if you can be with that sensation of pleasure without the clinging. If you detect a sensation that's painful, you may reflexively try to push it away. You may feel angry about it or afraid of it. If you spot any of these reactions, see if you can release them. Come back to the direct experience of the moment. What is the actual sensation of the pain or pleasure? Feel it directly, without any interpretation or judgment. So bring your attention to the top of your head and simply feel whatever sensations are there. Perhaps it's tingling or pulsing, or perhaps you notice an absence of sensation. Very slowly let your attention move down the front of your face. Be aware of whatever you encounter: tightness, relaxation, pressure, whether pleasant, painful, or neutral. In your forehead, nose, mouth, cheeks. Is your jaw clenched or loose? Turn your attention to your eyes and feel the weight of your eyelids, the movement of your eyeballs and their sockets, the brush of the lashes. Feel your lips, light pressure of skin on skin, softness, moisture, coolness. You needn't name these things, just feel them. If you can, try to step out of the world of concepts like eyelids or lips and into the world of direct sensation. Immediate, alive, ever-changing. Return your attention to the top of your head and then move down the back of the head, over the curve of your skull. Notice your neck. Any soft or sore spots? Any knots? Once again, return to the top of the head and then move your attention down the sides, feeling your ears, the sides of your neck, the tops of your shoulders. You don't have to judge the sensations or trade them in for different ones. Just feel them. Slowly move your awareness down the upper arms, feeling the elbows, the forearms, Let your attention rest for a moment on your hands, the palms, the backs. See if you can feel each separate finger, each fingertip. Bring your attention back to the neck and throat and slowly move it down through the chest, noticing any sensations you find there. Keep moving your attention downward to the rib cage, the abdomen. Your awareness is gentle, receptive. You're not looking for anything special, but rather staying open to whatever feelings. You don't have to do anything about them. You're just noticing them. Return your attention to your neck, and now let your awareness move down the back of your body. Shoulder blades, mid-back, lower back. You may feel stiffness, tension, creakiness, quivering. Whatever you encounter, simply notice it. Now bring your attention into the pelvic area and see what sensation you find there. Slowly move your awareness down your thighs, your knees, your calves, all the way down your legs, feeling the ankles. Settle your attention into your feet. And when you feel ready, open your eyes and see if you can continue to feel that world of sensation and all of its changes moment by moment as you move into the activities of your daily life and as we move into the activities of the rest of our practice. As you all know, we always do the abdominal breath because this is, of all the practices that we do, one of the most powerful tools that you can have as a mindfulness practice. The abdominal breath is something like all of the breath practices that if at any time it's not comfortable for you or it makes you feel dizzy or lightheaded, I want you to return to just a regular natural breath. But if it's comfortable for you, bring your fingertips together and place them on your belly where the tips of the fingertips touch, and take a big deep breath down into the abdominal space. And then exhale at your own pace, inhaling and exhaling, allowing the lower lungs to fill. If it's comfortable, you can try to lengthen the exhalation. Go at your own pace. That deep exhalation activates the vagus nerve, which stimulates the parasympathetic nerve, that whole nervous system, decreasing the heart rate, lowering blood pressure, releasing muscular tension. And then return to a natural breath. The benefits of the deep abdominal breath is so monumental. As I mentioned at the beginning, I use it to go back to sleep if I wake up in the middle of the night and my mind is racing. If that's not sufficient, then let's take a few moments to just kind of follow our breath. You start that with noticing where you feel the sensation of the breath the strongest. Is it your nostrils, your throat, your chest? No right or wrong, just where do you feel the sensation of the breath? And just follow that. You're not trying to change the breath. You're just following it. Now, if you're using this to calm yourself or go back to sleep and just following the breath isn't sufficient, then you can make it into that deep abdominal breath. If that's not sufficient, you can start counting the breath. Say you decide to count to 5 or 10. And if you decided to count to 10 and you find yourself at 15, well, obviously you weren't really paying attention. Just start over again at 1. If you practice this often enough, this is, as I do, something that you can use to go back to sleep in the middle of the night, to calm yourself in stressful situations at any time. No parking, no copays. It's your own practice. Meditation that we're going to do today, coming back to our intention, gratitude, is one of my favorites from Jack Kornfield. So take a moment now, just let go of that breath practice. Come back into the room wherever you are. Get into whatever position is comfortable for you for meditation. For some people, it may be lying down. For some people, it's seated. You don't need to be in full lotus position to have a beneficial meditation practice. The focus is what's important. So just let yourself sit quietly or lie quietly and at ease. Allow your body to be relaxed and open, your breath to be natural, your heart easy. If it's comfortable for you, either close your eyes or come to a relaxed half gaze where you're not really focusing on anything. You begin the practice of gratitude by sensing how year after year you've cared for your own life. Now let yourself begin to acknowledge all that has supported you in this care. Here are some of the simple phrases of gratitude. With gratitude, I remember the people, animals, plants, the insects, creatures of the sky and sea, air and water, fire and earth, all whose joyful exertion blesses my life every day. With gratitude, I remember the care and labor of 1,000 generations of elders and ancestors who came before me. I offer my gratitude for the safety and well-being I've been given. I offer my gratitude for the nourishing blessings of the earth I've been grateful to partake in. I offer my gratitude for the measure of health I've been granted. I offer my gratitude for the family and friends I've been given to love. I offer my gratitude for every kind of community around me. I offer my gratitude for the teachings and lessons that life has offered. I offer my gratitude for my breath, for the knowing mind and the wise heart. I offer my gratitude for the ability to love life and that which is given me every day. Just as we are grateful for our blessings, so we can be grateful for the blessings of others. Continue to sit quietly, breathe gently. Now bring to mind someone you care about, someone it is easy to rejoice for. Picture them. Feel the natural joy you have for their well-being, for their happiness and success. With each gentle breath, offer them your heartfelt wishes as you hold them in your heart and head. You may even say to them, may you be joyful. May your happiness increase. May you not be separated from great happiness. May your good fortune and the causes of your joy and happiness continue to grow. May you be joyful. Sense the sympathetic joy and caring in each phrase, and let your heart open to the joy and caring of this loved one. As you see them and sense your joy, sense their joy, let your heart rejoice with them. And now picture another. With the same phrases, wish them well. May you too be joyful. May your happiness increase. May you not be separated from great happiness. May your good fortune and the causes of your joy and happiness continue to grow. You could picture another person you care about, or perhaps someone not so close to you, but someone you know, wishing them the same phrases. May you be joyful. May your happiness increase. Let the spirit of gratitude and joy embrace yourself as well, as if you could see yourself with the eyes of those who love you. May I be joyful. May my happiness increase. May I not be separated from great happiness. May my good fortune and the causes of my joy and happiness increase. May I be joyful. Let the feelings and blessings of joy fill your own life. Let yourself feel the sense of joy and happiness. Fill your body, every part of your being. May I be joyful. Let the feelings of gratitude and joy open from the heart in every direction, in front and behind, to the left and to the right, above and below. Let the blessings of your heart extend to all beings. May all beings be joyful. May their happiness increase. May all beings not be separated from great happiness. May all beings have good fortune and the causes of their joy and happiness increase. May all beings be joyful. And when you are ready, open your eyes and enter the world with a joyful spirit. And coming back to our intention of gratitude, as we start our practice of movement, the yoga poses, a couple of things. One, I always have the foundations here to remind us all that the purpose of cardiac yoga is to help create a stronger mind-body connection. Remember any doctor's order, any musculoskeletal issues you may have, move gently with compassion. Give yourself permission at any time to pass, pause, modify, or even leave if your mind or your body is not at ease. Be mindful and patient with yourself. Let go of any self-judgment. You're just doing whatever you can safely right now to help create a stronger mind-body connection. You're not trying to stand on your head. So with that, Let's just wake up our cervical spine a little bit by breathing, just ever so gently exhaling the neck down, inhaling up at your own pace, only going as far as your neck, your cervical spine comfortably can, exhaling down, inhaling up. And then the next time you get to the center, ever so gently allowing the ear to fall towards the shoulder, inhaling back up, exhaling towards the other shoulder, just gently waking up that cervical spine. We've been sitting for a bit. Just gently waking up the spine. And then the next time you get to the center, exhaling across, looking behind you a little bit, inhaling back to the center, and then exhaling across the other side. At your own pace, inhaling and exhaling. And then gentle shoulder shrugs. With the breath, inhaling and exhaling. Briefly scanning your body with the moves. Breathing into any tension, tight areas, reversing that direction. Bringing a sense of loving kindness, compassion. Calm to the body with the movement. Our gratitude yoga practice today is kind of a back and hip focus. One of the things that I personally am grateful for with my yoga practice is 20 some odd years ago when I started my yoga practice, I had chronic back pain. Thank you, Jesus. No more chronic back pain ever since I started my yoga practice. I've had a hip issue off and on, and thanks to my yoga practice, I'm able to do pretty much whatever I want, including summiting Half Dome on my 60th birthday after my hip surgery. So, yay. And why we're doing a gratitude practice for back and hips. So we're going to start by just, again, like I say, standing in mountain. Breath is natural. The weight is evenly distributed on both feet. Arms are hanging at your sides, just taking in this moment. Checking in with the body. And then if it's not comfortable for you to be standing right now, if you need to be seated, I've got the chair here handy, so that when we start our movement of a gentle cat and cow, you're exhaling into the cat and inhaling into the cow in the chair. But if it's comfortable for you, then I recommend that you come down onto the floor, getting on all fours, and just gentle exhaling into the cat, inhaling into the cow, exhaling and inhaling at your own pace, only going as far as you comfortably can, exhaling and inhaling, staying in the chair if you need to. This next one is particularly beneficial. I'm going to turn this way so that you can see I have my knees together. I'm putting my hands a little bit farther than shoulder width apart. And then I'm just ever so gently swinging my bottom to one side and then the other. At your own pace again. If you're staying in the chair, you can get a similar stretch by just kind of sitting there and bringing one knee in front of the other, just back and forth, and just allowing your hips to move ever so gently that way. The next pose I'm going to show in the chair first, since I'm here. It's a sunbird. So you're just going to gently stretch one leg out, turning to the side, and the opposite arm. And then turning And same thing on the other side. If you're on the ground, you're still on all four, and you're just ever so gently, and maybe this is your sunbird right here, just gently straightening out the foot. Maybe you can bring it up a little bit. Maybe you can bring it up more. Maybe you can start bringing that other leg up. It's your practice. You make it what works for your body. But just gently listening to your body, moving with the breath, slowly, controlled, scanning your body for any tension, never pain, moving with the breath, exhaling and inhaling. It's a little bit of a balance practice, because you saw that little wobble there. Take some balance. We'll do more balance later. And coming into stick pose if you're on the floor, or just putting your feet out in front of you if you're sitting in the chair still. If you're seated on the floor, your toes are pointed towards the ceiling. Feet are flexed. If you need to, you can put your arms behind you or to your side to support your back. But this is really good for core strengthening and helping that back. And you're breathing. And then you can do like a little bit of a twist here. So you can either just, if you're seated in the chair, put one leg over the other, or just bring the knee up, or put it over this way. Hanging on to that knee with the opposite hand, whether you're in the chair or on the ground. Whether you're in the chair or on the ground, your sit bones have the weight evenly distributed on them. So you're not sitting more on one side or the other. And then at your own pace, ever so gently, turning and looking behind and breathing while you're in that twist. It's important to breathe while you're in the twist. This is squeezing all the toxins out of all your internal organs. It's one of the reasons that yoga is so good for your digestion. And then coming back into that stick pose, allowing all that fresh oxygenated blood to return. Bringing healing oxygen to all your internal organs. And then same thing on the other side. Whatever works for your body, ever so gently turning into that twist, only as far as is comfortable for you, and breathing. The whole time you're in the twist, you're breathing. You're getting that oxygen in the blood. And then coming back, letting that oxygenated blood come in. Again, coming back to this being a hip and back practice. Ever so gently, whether you're in the chair or on the floor, bringing the foot up, pointing your toes out and going out as far as is comfortable. Toes back in, coming back in. Out and in, just ever so gently with the breath. Inhaling out, exhaling back. Same thing on the other side. Inhaling and exhaling at your own pace. Breathing. Bridge pose is a little bit tough if you're in the chair, but it's possible. I'll show it in the chair first. So support yourself and just gently bring yourself up as far as you comfortably can. Only if that works for you, though. Otherwise, picture yourself coming into the bridge pose on the floor. Remember, we've talked about visualization before. So bringing your heels as close to your fingertips as you can. Your knees are together. Imagine that you're trying to hold a towel or one of those yoga blocks in between your knees. Your knees aren't out. They're together. And then just ever so gently coming up into the bridge pose as far as you comfortably can. Maybe just a half an inch is all the farther you can come up. But just coming up as far as works for your body. And then gently rolling down one vertebrae at a time with the breath. Exhaling. Inhaling back up. And exhaling, rolling that back down. While we're in this position, I always like to remind you, anytime you can do little pelvic tilts, just kind of flattening that small of the back against the ground with a little movement of your pelvis. You can hug your knees, make that little circle, and then coming back up and doing our balance. Not going to forget that. We'll start with a very simple lunge. So starting in mountain, leaning forward, bringing one foot back, keeping the heel up, the toes facing forward. And maybe this is your lunge right here. But if you want to, you could start making this more of a balance. So maybe seeing if you can let go of that chair. Maybe seeing if you can stand up a little bit. Maybe seeing if you can bring your arms into it. Just playing around with it, making this your own practice. And then coming back down. If you like, you can make a little bit of a forward bend here as you come into the lunge on the other side. Same thing. Putting that foot back as far as works for you for this lunge. Letting go if that works for you. Coming into that high lunge. And then coming back into mountain. This goes by too fast. We'll do a little bit more balance. Just standing in mountain, observing the breath, observing how your body is feeling right now after the practice. And then allowing the weight to shift ever so gently over onto one side, starting to bring one foot up, pointing the toe if you can, and then just ever so gently pointing and flexing. Maybe your foot's down here. Maybe you just are doing this. Whatever works for you, pointing and flexing if you can. And then coming back to the other side and pointing and flexing on this side. And then coming back over. Now bringing it up. Making sure that you're centered on that hip and the full weight is on the entire foot and doing circles. Both ways. Got the chair right there handy if I needed it. Hopefully you do too. Same thing on the other side. Little circles with the breath, both directions. And it's already time for deep relaxation. So make your way onto a couch, bed. I recommend that you lie down for this. But if that's not comfortable for you or your back or your body, don't do it. The practice that I share is from my cardiac yoga of the heart lessons that I learned back in Massachusetts from Nishala Joy Devi. If you're interested in having this on your own, it's in her book. We always start this deep relaxation by giving ourselves permission at any time to Move if necessary. If you find the position that you initially put yourself in is not comfortable for whatever reason, give yourself permission to turn onto the side, sit up, whatever you need to do to allow your mind and your body to be at ease. Allow your eyes to gently close or come to a relaxed half gaze. Adjusting your body so that you can totally let go. And then start to notice if there's more pressure on one side or the other. If one side of the body is tighter or looser than the other. And then bring the awareness to the right leg and stretch out the right leg from the hips to the toes. Squeeze the right leg and be aware of all the muscles from the toes up to the hip. Inhale, raise the leg a few inches. Exhale, relax the leg. Roll it gently from side to side and allow it to relax. Bring the awareness to the left leg. Stretch out the left leg from the hips to the toes. Squeeze the left leg and be aware of all the muscles from the toes to the hip. Inhale, raise the leg a few inches. Exhale, relax the leg. Roll it gently from side to side and allow it to relax. Bring the awareness to the right arm. Stretch out the right arm and splay the fingers. Make the hand into a fist. Squeeze the right hand and arm and be aware of all the muscles from the fingers to the shoulder. Inhale, raise the arm. Exhale, relax the arm. Roll it gently from side to side and allow it to relax. Bring the awareness to the left arm. Stretch out the left arm and splay the fingers. Make the hand into a fist. Squeeze the left hand and arm and be aware of all the muscles from the fingers to the shoulder. Inhale, raise the arm. Exhale, relax the arm. Roll it gently from side to side and allow it to relax. Bring the awareness to the buttocks. Inhale, gently squeeze the buttocks and feel all the muscles on both sides equally. Exhale, allow the buttocks to be relaxed and soft as you feel the surface under them. Bring the awareness to the abdomen. Inhale, expand the abdominal muscles. Exhale, relax and allow the abdomen to feel soft. Bring the awareness to the chest and lungs. Inhale as the chest and lungs relax. Exhale, allowing the chest, lungs, and heart to relax. Gently squeeze the shoulders up to the ears, then together in front of you. Roll the shoulders back gently against the pillow or floor and away from the ears, allowing them to relax. Observe the neck. Slowly and gently roll the head to the left and then to the right and back to center. Bring the chin down slightly toward the chest, allowing the head to find its natural center and relax. Bring the awareness to the face. Inhale, close the jaw. Exhale, allow it to open and relax. Observe the lips and cheeks. Inhale, squeeze them together. Exhale, allow them to relax and become soft. Bring the awareness to the space between the eyebrows and the forehead. As you inhale, Raise the eyebrows. Exhale, allowing them to relax. Allow your face to become as smooth as the face of a baby. Observe the physical body as it starts to become relaxed. Inhale deeply, and on the exhalation, send the breath down the legs to the feet and toes, allowing the feet and toes to relax. Inhale deeply, and on the exhalation, send the breath to the ankles, calves, and shins. Inhale deeply, and on the exhalation, send the breath to the knees, thighs, and hips, allowing the breath to replace any tension or discomfort. Allow the breath to return to normal and observe the feet and the legs as they become heavy with relaxation. Inhale deeply, and on exhalation, send the breath down the arms to the fingers and hands, allowing all the muscles, nerves, bones, tendons, connective tissue to relax. Inhale deeply, and on the exhalation, send the breath to the wrists, the forearms, and the elbows. Inhale deeply, and on the exhalation, send the breath to the upper arms and shoulders, allowing the breath to replace any tension or discomfort. Allow the breath to return to normal and observe the hands and the arms as they become heavy with relaxation. Inhale deeply, and on the exhalation, send the breath to the buttocks, pelvis, and pelvic organs. Inhale deeply, and on the exhalation, send the breath to the abdomen and allow all of the abdominal organs to relax, releasing blocked energy from all the pelvic and abdominal organs. Inhale deeply, and on the exhalation, send the breath to the chest, lungs, and heart. Inhale deeply, and on the exhalation, send the breath to the throat. And then allow the breath to return to normal and observe the front of the body as it becomes soft with relaxation. Inhale deeply, and on the exhalation, send the breath to the lower back and spine, each vertebrae, muscle, and nerve. Inhale deeply, and on the exhalation, send the breath to the mid-back and spine. Inhale deeply, and on the exhalation, send the breath to the upper back and spine, between the shoulder blades and behind the heart. Inhale deeply, and on the exhalation, send the breath to the shoulders, to the neck, to the base of the head, and then allow the breath to return to normal and observe the back as it comes closer to the floor or chair in relaxation. Inhale deeply, and on the exhalation, send the breath to the jaw, lips, and tongue. Inhale deeply, and on the exhalation, send the breath to the cheeks and nose. Inhale deeply, and on the exhalation, send the breath to the eyes, behind the eyes and the eyelids. Allow the eyes to soften and relax. Inhale deeply, and on the exhalation, send the breath to the forehead and the temples, the sides of the head, and the ears. Inhale deeply, and on the exhalation, send the breath to relax the scalp, the entire brain, and the mind, allowing all the movement of the thoughts in the mind to relax. And then observe the body. Notice if there's any part of the body that does not feel completely relaxed. Go back to that part. Inhale, and as you exhale, encourage it to relax. Observe the legs, arms, back, head, knowing you're able to move if necessary. Enjoy the feeling of letting go. Observe the breath once again. Guide this gentle breath to remove any subtle tension, thoughts, feelings, or memories in the toes, feet, ankles, lower legs, knees, thighs, hips. Guide this gentle breath to remove any subtle tension, thoughts, feelings, or memories in the fingers, hands, wrists, forearms, elbows, upper arms, letting go of what you're holding with the hands and arms. Send the gentle breath to the shoulders. Let go of your burdens. Allow them to relax. With that gentle breath, touch the buttocks and pelvis. Allow the abdomen to soften. With that gentle breath, touch the chest and lungs, the heart. With that gentle breath, touch the throat. Send the gentle breath to the base of the spine and allow the breath to slowly come up through the middle spine to the upper spine. Relax the shoulders and allow the neck to be open as a connection between heart and head. Gently relax the jaw, cheeks, and nose with the gentle breath. The eyes soften and draw into the inner sight. With the gentle breath, relax forehead and the ears as they draw inward to the inner sounds. With that gentle breath, relax the entire scalp and bathe the brain with relaxation. Slowly bring the awareness to the gentle breath as it enters and leaves the body. As it enters, feel it bringing oxygen and healing energy. As it leaves, feel yourself letting go of thoughts, feelings, tensions. Notice a lightness and a feeling of detachment from the body, mind, and all worldly cares. Have a moment, quiet. Begin to go further within to look for that place of stillness, peace, joy, or whatever you would like to call it. It is a place of ultimate relaxation, a wellspring of healing energy. Find that place and rest there. Slowly and gently, bring the awareness back to the breath. Begin to increase the inhalation and feel energy entering with the breath and awakening the body. Observe the body recharging with fresh, vital energy. As you inhale, Feel the energy come through the top of the head. As you inhale, guide the energy down the spine. Inhale to revitalize the internal organs. Inhale to surround the heart with healing energy. Inhale to fill the lungs and feel the throat open. Inhale to feel the energy move down the arms to the fingers. Inhale and allow the energy to move down the legs to the toes. Observe the body as it fills with vital, healing energy. Keeping the eyes closed, slowly move the toes, fingers, legs, and arms. Slowly and gently roll the head from side to side. Slowly and gently stretch out the body. Observe the body. Observe the mind. Slowly allow the eyes to open just slightly and see how the world looks to you as that first ray of light enters your eyes. Allow that feeling of peace and stillness that is your essential nature to spread through your life and share it with all you meet. And I want to close today with a story. So if you like, you could just roll onto one side if you were lying on your back, or just stay there seated. Coming back to our intention of gratitude. This is actually a story that I've shared before, but it's just so special. It was in the San Francisco Chronicle back in 2005. There was a female humpback whale who had become entangled in a spider web of crab traps and lines. She was weighted down by hundreds of pounds of traps that caused her to struggle to stay afloat. She also had hundreds of yards of line rope wrapped around her body, her tail, her torso. There was even a line tugging in her mouth. A fisherman spotted her just east of the Farallon Islands and radioed an environmental group for help. Within a few hours, the rescue team arrived and determined that she was so bad off, the only way to save her was to dive in and untangle her. A very dangerous proposition. One slap of the tail could kill a rescuer. They worked for hours with curved knives and eventually freed her. When she was free, the divers say she swam in what seemed like joyous circles. She then came back to each and every diver, one at a time, and nudged them, pushed gently around. She thanked them. Some said it was the most incredibly beautiful experience of their lives. The guy who cut the rope out of her mouth says her eye was following him the whole time, and he will never be the same. May you and all those you love be so blessed and fortunate to be surrounded by people who will help you get untangled from the things that are binding you. And may you always know the joy of giving and receiving gratitude. Thank you for practicing with me. Namaste.